Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers. Last time, we were pretty much at rock bottom. I mean, we've been turned into a Sin Eater, we don't look it, but yeah, we are definitely a Sin Eater. And we basically had no idea how to get down to the Tempest. Well, thanks to the people of the Crystarium and a little time with the Echo, we kind of figured all this out, and also figured out that Uranje once again lied to the party. Seriously, dude, you'd think you'd learned your lesson with the Warriors of Darkness incident. But anyway, after recruiting Bismarck, yeah, the first has its own version of Bismarck and it's a giant whale too, we have found ourselves in the Tempest. And wouldn't you know it, it's the bottom of the ocean. And thankfully, thanks again to Bismarck, we're not all swimming, or in the case of half the party, drowning. All right, Thancred, let's see what's waiting in the depths. Now, as for where we should be looking, I rather doubt Emmett Silk could be just sitting around out in the open. I propose we follow the slope down towards the deeper trenches, and keep an eye out for rock formations large enough to house a stronghold. Interesting idea. Let's be off then, but watch your footing. The ground is still wet and like to be slippery. Oh yeah, if you've ever walked on, you know, wet ocean floor, especially with seaweed and everything, it is slippery stuff. And it wouldn't be a new zone without ether currents, yeah? Even underwater, we're gonna have to figure out how to fly. I see the crew's here, but my marker's way ahead. That looks like architecture. Well, I'm supposed to be looking for something unusual. Does that count? Oh. Right, the Sahagin that were mentioned all the way back in the beginning. Or yeah, they're called the Ondo here. Well. This should be a good way to start some positive relations. And he's gone. Well, that could have gone worse, I suppose. I think we're heading to a village of some kind. Oh, we are definitely in a village. And I bet these guys are probably all pissed at us. They're like, why is it here all of a sudden? What happened to our water? Well, I'm sorry, we got a giant Fey whale. And now this place is, you know, an air pocket for the foreseeable. On the plus side, I have an aetherite, which means I can come and go from this region as I need to. And boy, I might need to.
This is the Finnish ones. They followed me. Why have you come? Was it you who took away our water?
Technically, yes. Sorry about that.
Ah, so this is where the Ondo make their home. I had wondered. Pray forgive us any inconvenience we have caused. We were not aware your people lived here in the Tempest. We need this great dome of air that we might conduct a most urgent search, and thus beg you for your understanding. Also that it's probably permanent. Chieftain, what are we to do?
Apparently have a staring contest.
Are you emissaries of the ancient ones?
Ancient ones?
The mysteries have stirred. We have seen the illuminated land shining through the gloom of the abyss. If you are the emissaries, the chosen, I bid you welcome. If you are not, I bid you leave.
Well, I guess we're the emissaries then.
I am not sure I understand. Would you be willing to elaborate?
Apparently not.
Would seem not. I suggest we withdraw for the moment.
I mean, I got the aetherite, I'm good.
So, what's the plan? Given your condition, I'm reluctant to suggest lingering here. That said, our presently meandering search would proceed far more swiftly if we could call upon the Ondo's local knowledge. Yes, I'd like to know more about this illuminated land the chieftain spoke of. Could it be Emmett Silk's stronghold, do you suppose? Perhaps he lit the lanterns upon his return.
That sounds silly, but hey, you never know.
We cannot dismiss the possibility, but if these Ondo refuse to speak to us... Dekumon, do you remember my first scheme for entering Yormore? How I had planned to integrate myself by offering lucrative trading opportunities with the Ondo? individual I dealt with was reticent in matter and curious in custom, but we were able to reach an agreement nonetheless. I believe that with the right approach, we could build a similar relationship here.
I mean, it's a good idea.
What kind of approach did you have in mind? That chieftain fellow didn't leave us many options. He said to stay or go.
If we are to tread the swiftest course, then we must needs locate its beginning. 'Tis plain our all too dramatic arrival hath thrown this settlement into confusion. Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, it's like a giant bubble of, water appeared over San Francisco. I'm pretty sure the citizens would have something to say. Or, no, they'd all be dead, wouldn't they? Well, shoot. Okay, bad example, sorry. Were we to solve such problems as we have caused, and assure our hosts thereby that our purpose here is not inimical to harm, they may yet prove amenable to reason. I smell chores. But very well, if it can be done quickly. It's not like we haven't done this in every single city in this place.
What do you think? I've nothing better to offer, but I do worry what will happen if the Ondo's tales end up leading us to a dead end.
I mean, we probably don't have much of a choice at this point.
I cannot say for certain, but I sense this tribe has a deeper connection to the Ascians than first meets the eye.
Really?
It warrants further investigation. Thus, I cast my vote in favor of aiding the settlement for the time being. And also, what's with that weird shadow? It's moving very oddly today.
I don't know, sometimes the time frame shadows are always a little odd there. Anyway, we will make allies with the Ondo. Let's do what we can do best. I'll do what I can, I suppose, yeah. Let's do what we do best. Help random townsfolk until they help us.
Then, it is settled. Ishtola, pray proceed with your investigations. The rest of us will see about fostering some goodwill.
Random chores, here we go again. They love doing these quests. All right, let's see if well, that's assuming, of course, these guys are even amenable to us doing random chores for them.
Dekumon, you won't believe who I've just bumped into.
I assume this is your contact from earlier that you mentioned.
This is Pausch Owen, the very fellow I did business with prior to our ill-fated stay in Yomor. I waited, and you did not come. Then Namister came, but his visits did not continue.
Yeah, sorry about that. The whole plan kind of went pear-shaped on us.
I am truly sorry, Pausch Owen. Things did not proceed as planned. Is there aught we can do for you by way of an apology? Perhaps. Where the dry return, a cavern to the north, is home to giant crabs. We do not fear the crab, for we are the swiftest swimmers. But now, there is no water. We run, and they scuttle close behind, snipping and snapping with their claws. There are too many of them. Too many.
Ah, a culling is in order.
I believe I can be an assistance there. And by me, I mean this fellow over here who could do all the fighting for me. And what of you, Dekumon? If you've not found a task, you are most welcome to join me. Indeed, I should appreciate the company. Where the dry return has a rather ominous ring to it.
It kind of does, in all honesty. Alright, defeat blue swimmers. I could do that, and there's no ether current quests yet. I probably have to finish this one first. There's the critters I'm looking for. Not really swimmers, but hey. We'll take what we can get. Oh, hang on. Of course, I don't really need to show off my new 80 skill, but I do have it. It's Panheima. I can use normal Heima, though. These guys are irritating enough. Music's so peaceful. No battle music around here? Well, that was dang easy to deal with. These guys are no threat at all.
You could crack their shells. You must be stronger than you look.
I really not look it, but I'm actually pretty damn strong. And I even resisted the urge to eat them.
I see you've reached your quota first again. I shall never be your equal in such tasks.
Well, maybe not, but I think next expansion you do get to take on the Sage job, so maybe that'll help.
Still, I would say we have reduced the local crab population to a far less threatening number. My thanks to both of you. You must have a reward. I know, more quests.
Nay, Pausch Owen.
This was to be part of my apology to you, remember? Besides which, the lack of water is our doing, for which we must also make amends. Might I convince you to tell us something about your village instead? I would very much like to learn more of you and your people. Very well. Before the flood came, it is said that our ancestral home was found in the seas to the south. It was utterly destroyed by the light. Only those who were out hunting survived. They swam, aimless and lost, until they spied buildings here on the ocean floor. Strange buildings they were, and long had they stood under the water, yet somehow they had been spared the scars of time and current. These structures proved shelter for my people, protection from the tempest, turbulent waves, and the predators which hunted within them. Their very existence seemed a miracle.
So these aren't your buildings. I should have guessed that. Also might explain the weird aetheryte design I'm looking at.
The first settlers pondered their good fortune. It was clear that the race who had built such wonders had guided their course, and from this did they discern the truth.
The truth? The truth being? Yes?
That the ancients had chosen us to serve as caretakers of their eternal sanctuary, until such time as they returned. Thus, if it is judged that your coming, and this great vanishing of water, was by the ancients' design, you will find warm welcome here. A truly astonishing story, yet I cannot help but wonder, how would the significance, or otherwise, of our arrival be decided? The ancients have blessed us with protection and prosperity. If your presence serves to bring us the same, there will be no doubt in the matter.
Oh, so just help you guys. Huh. That seems well within my wheelhouse.
Then it would seem our earlier decision was the correct one. We thank you for the lesson, Paushon, and will continue to do all we can to assist your people. Should you desire our help with any other trouble, pray do not hesitate to ask.
Yeah, that's us, always wanting to be helpful.
We should return to the task at hand. Only, do try not to overexert yourself, my friend. The risk far outweighs the gain.
Yeah, that it does. I overexert myself, I pop, and the Uber warden comes out, and then you guys all die. And nobody wants that. And holy halibut, suddenly quests everywhere. Hoo boy, hoo boy, hoo boy. I only see one blue one though, which is a little disconcerting. Oh, might as well pick up the next main story quest first. City of the Ancients.
Ah, Dekumon, have you learned aught of note?
A little bit. Apparently this place is really damn old.
Fascinating, and precisely the sort of information I was hoping to hear. In fact, if you have a moment, I'd like to borrow your eyes to confirm a theory I've been working on. Come.
Stola, I kind of need my eyes. They're also attached to me. And while I'm out and about and heading in a certain direction, I might as well grab this, because odds are good it's going to go in the same 40 direction. Coal of the Cups.
Hail, Heavensward, and welcome to the Cups. Long have I wanted to converse with one of your kind. I am called Narosh. How may I address you?
I am Dekumon, the warrior of light/darkness.
Dekumon, let's play. Curious. Before we speak at length, there is something I would show you. Let us leave behind the Cups and head due west. Come.
Well, that's convenient, because I kind of need to go to the west. Fun fact, there's actually a whole lower section underneath this ocean floor, and you could get very easily lost here if you're not careful.
These are relics of your kind, yes? The leavings of a ship that sailed the seas above long, long ago. They lie as they fell, untouched by any Ondo, for most have little interest in the affairs of the Finless. I, however, do. Ever since I was saved by one of yours, after being washed ashore, weary and near death. Such kindness is a rare and wonderful thing, and I would know more of the people who showed it to me. So I ask you, Dekumon Let's Play, to teach me of your ways. These objects, for instance, what purpose do they serve? How are they to be used?
It looks like garbage to me, man. Narosh gestures to the nearby debris, entreating you to inspect them closely and offer up a detailed explanation. I'm about to have a Little Mermaid moment where this guy just drastically misinterprets everything I tell him and show him, aren't I? Among the debris, you spy what appear to be the remnants of several shattered bottles of wine. Ah.
Such fragile containers they were. I suspect they once contained something of great value. What can you tell me of their purpose?
They were used to store intoxicating spirits. They were used as makeshift weapons. First to bludgeon, then to stab. Now, I want to give this guy at least accurate information.
Frequent liquids which clouds the mind. I have heard of these before. Do finless ones so delight in dulling their wits?
Yeah, unfortunately we do. Like, seriously, it is an actual problem in the world. Eesh. And as for this, among the debris, you spy what appears to be a rotting ship's wheel.
That was carved from the wood of one of your many trees, yes? What purpose does this particular contraption serve?
It's used to steer a ship. Fashion! You wear it on your head. No. That sounds silly.
Ah, the vessels your kind use to traverse our waters. So without a wheel, it is at the mercy of the wind and the currents. I see.
Oh, why the music get angry all of a sudden?
Thank you, Dekumon, let's play. In our short time together, you have already taught me so much.
He's about to turn evil all of a sudden, isn't he?
A pity that none of these pearls of wisdom will serve my needs.
Oh, we got another. Yes.
Nadosh, what are you thinking wandering off on your own with this finless one? There's no time for you to fiddle with their leavings. The Clutch Mother is in terrible distress. No, you do not understand. I brought him here to... Please forgive this child his impudence. I am Zidoshon, and on behalf of the Clutch Mother, I come to entreat your assistance.
Yes.
It seems you do not realize that in driving back the waters of the Tempest, you have placed our beloved Clutch Mother, leader of the Ondo, in mortal peril. She is pregnant. Here in the depths she will give birth to many, many eggs. We made Ondo will then take them to our care and raise them as our own. But absent the flowing waters, we know not if she will be able to deliver them safely. If not, the future of our people will be in jeopardy.
Yeah, I don't know how I can really deal with this problem because, we can't really put the water back right now.
The flood of light claimed many Ondo lives, so we have rebuilt our numbers somewhat in the decades since. It would be devastating to lose an entire generation, or worse, the Clutch Mother herself. She wishes to speak with you directly, that we might together find a solution to this dilemma. Will you return with me to the cups?
I can do that. I might actually go back to the main story here first, because I'm suspecting that'll take me back to the cups in due order.
Nadosh, come. I will not let you trouble our guest or the Clutch Mother further.
Oh, so I just had a curious kid here, effectively.
Everything I have done for her.
That statement I'm not sure about. There's some interesting implication there. And that quest is not done yet, but we shall get back to that shortly. Main story first. Hello, that's more architecture. Is that what you're here to look at, Ishtola?
Now, there are two tasks I would have you perform. The first requires you to inspect the buildings which surround the Ondo settlement and note their most distinctive characteristics. For the second, I wish you to use this knife to take scrapings from one of the remnant walls. Pray be as thorough as you can. I shall be waiting here for the results of your investigations.
Alright. Well, there's a survey point. I guess this is going to be one of those first-person things. Yep. Inspect the struck shoes for distinctive features. Alright, well, how distinctive do I need to be here? Oh, I can zoom all the way in. All the way in. All the way. There we go. Alright. Distinctive window. It is pretty unique. The tall, slender windows, towers feature many elaborate windows, the likes of which you have seen nowhere else. Wait, that was seriously the only thing I needed to look at was just the windows? I guess? Oh, and by the way, this This, I think, is in the lower section of the world, so I'm gonna have to go back through there after all. All right, let's see if I can't scrape a little bit off the old walls here. God, I'm probably just gonna get rot. You set the point of the knife against the wall, but even after applying some considerable pressure, you can't remove so much as a flake of stone. Damn. This stuff has stood the test of time. I mean, it's been underwater for, God, probably ages. So, yeah. I guess our little knife here can't do squat to it.
And what have you discovered?
Well, they have very fancy windows and very hard building materials.
Yes, I would agree that the windows are most distinctive. It would seem the structures appear the same to both your sight and mine. And you say you could not so much as scratch the wall, even with all your might behind the blade. Mm-hmm. I mean, Dekumon, everywhere I turn to in this place, my gaze is drawn by peculiar materials for which I do not have a name. The buildings I had you investigate are prime examples. They may appear to be constructed of ordinary stone, but I assure you it is nothing of the sort. If pressed, I would describe the substance as a composite of several mineral properties, blended to create a material of unparalleled durability. Even the Ronkan Empire, once the greatest power in Novrant, produced nothing which compares to this level of perfection.
So who did?
But if not the Ronkans, then who? Who were these ancients the Ondo claim as the architects of the sanctuary? I suspect our answer lies within the reason Emmet Silk withdrew here to the Tempest.
Wait, are you saying these are Ascian buildings? That this is remnants of the old pre-sundered world? Ooh, there's some scary implications there.
He may simply have wished to retreat somewhere mere mortals would struggle to reach. But there are many such remote locations. Why here specifically? Emmet Selk is devoted to his role, and thus we might assume his choice of stronghold somehow serves the Ascian agenda. Or mayhap, it is a place more dear to him than any other.
Uh-huh. I think we're thinking the same thing. Are you saying this place was built by ancient Ascians? Could this place provide power to Emmet Selk? I couldn't say either way. Yeah, I think this is an ancient Ascian city. Well, before they were called Ascians.
That is my theory, that these structures are remnants of a time before history, of a star that was yet whole and unbroken. Such traces in the source would have been obliterated by the succession of umbral calamities, but here in the first, they might have remained untouched for millennia.
Yeah, that's true. While the source has had to deal with a calamity every time there's a rejoining, the shards, they either rejoin the source or they simply exist. Yeah, traces like this probably did exist in the source before all the calamities. And the Ascians. And the Alligans.
A copy of the mural in the Katana Revel. Almet presented it to me during my visit to Fano, after our victory in Colusia.
Oh, shh. That's these towers, isn't it?
Here, in the first scene, by Emmet Selk's own words, it depicts a city of eons past and the disaster which befell it. The design is much simplified, of course, but do you see the similarities between its towers and those you have just inspected?
Yeah, tall towers, super distinct windows.
We are close to the truth, I feel. Let us search the surrounds for another tower, one which matches the picture near enough to remove all doubt. From what I have seen, not more than sand and more sand lies to the east, and the south held no such structures. I suggest we try our luck further to the northwest.
Alright. You can view the mural at any time during the quest. Oh, that's cool. The quest destination will not be displayed on the map. You must search for a structure which resembles the buildings in the mural, then inspect it from the survey point. The survey point will be found nearby in a location which allows a full view of the structure. That's dirty. Find a structure which resemble those, the copy of the Katana Revel mural, then inspect it from the survey point. Oh, that's rude. The fact that you don't give me a quest marker, you just gave me a direction. I see a building, and I see sparkles, and I see an ether current. Bonus! Ah, I'll slice of the game to at least hand me one of these. Maybe I'll have to go to the lower section. Maybe I won't have to venture out of my way to get that ether current. But anyway, we have finally found the survey point. Jeez, this thing was a pain in the butt, and that is definitely an interesting looking building. Yeah, this is definitely the ASEAN stuff. That's it right there. Or as close to it as we're gonna find down here on the ocean floor.
Aye, this is the mural writ large. Though I cannot guess at its purpose, it must have been an imposing sight. How much of the tower's height lies hidden beneath the ground, I wonder?
Ugh, probably a few 100 feet easy.
Centuries of our history have settled upon such ruins. Countless layers of dust and settlement. An entire civilization, its existence forgotten by all except a handful of ASEANs. And yet, it did exist. They lived here, in this city. But let us focus on what we've learned thus far. The Ondo chieftain spoke of mysterious stirring of a land illuminated. Judging by his words, he believes this phenomenon related to the ancients' return.
So Emmet Selk's return.
Thus can we surmise that what the Ondo saw shining in the abyss was, in all likelihood, yet another remnant of this age-old civilization. And who else would light the lanterns, as Reen put it, than Emmet Selk himself? 'Tis almost certain he is there.
That's really good logic, actually. Cannot fault that. I mean, unless we have another ASEAN visiting the first. That knocks this quest out.
But if we are to find this stronghold in a timely manner, it seems gaining the Ondo's trust remains our swiftest path forward. I only hope our deeds are enough to win them over.
Yeah, me too. Alright, what do we got? The Light of Inspiration.
Thank you for assisting me with my investigations. I shall seek out our companions and share what we have learned. Much as I would like to tell you to sit down and leave the rest to us, your condition demands that we make all reasonable haste. If you are not too weary, it may be useful to speak with Pashon again and ask if there is aught else he is willing to divulge.
Well, I need to head back anyway and turn in this side quest for an ether current. And now for this little problem here.
Beyond this gate resides the Clutch Mother. Approach and hearken to her words.
What am I looking around for? Oh.
Honored guest, I, Clutch Mother of Ziondo, to bid you welcome to our realm.
Oh, I'm just gonna talk to her through the gate. That's fine.
You will forgive me for receiving you in this fashion. For the safety and well-being of my children unborn, I must remain within, away from the dangers without.
Geez, I ain't that dangerous, lady.
As you know, under normal circumstances, this place would be filled with blessed water, from which I would draw strength and support to bring these eggs into the world. Alas, I am but half submerged now, and I fear for my ability to fulfill my sacred duty.
Interesting.
I am given to understand you and yours are the ones responsible for drawing back the waters of our realm. With good reason, I am sure. However, it is my sincere hope that you will agree to aid us, given that you are responsible for this state of affairs.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. We'll get a waterproof covering, we'll grab a hose, and we'll just fill that little chamber up with water. You should be good to go.
Fear not, I desire no direct assistance. Rather, I would beg a boon of your people's knowledge, of childbirth, and how the finless ones ease the burdens of their struggling mothers.
You want me to go get painkillers? Yeah, I can do that, I suppose.
Sedoshon will be my agent in this matter. Heed his words and answer his questions. That is all that I ask. Do you consent?
I mean, yeah. This is technically our fault. There's no reason not to consent.
I I thank you, honored guest. Go well. Then it is agreed. However, I must consult with her attendants before we speak further. For now, I bid you and Naros Cole go about your business, but be ready if called upon.
You know, I'm half surprised this isn't completing this quest.
Wait, Dekumon, let's play.
Eh? Yes.
Have you a moment to converse in private, outside the cups, please?
Sure. Why? You about to show me your treasure trove of random junk you pulled from the surface? Alright, what do you want, buddy?
Tis a rare thing indeed to be granted an audience with the Clutch Mother. I hope this serves to help you understand how important these eggs are to us. Before you came to the cups, I have been searching for a means to assist her in giving birth. That is why I have been studying the relics of your people. Unfortunately, I found nothing that seemed suitable for this purpose.
Yeah, I doubt you're gonna find something useful as painkillers in a pile of junk.
I cannot stress to you enough how important she is to us. She is mother to all Ondo, her every egg brother and sister. We do anything and everything to welcome them into this world and see them grow into healthy, happy Ondo. There must be some way in which you can help us to achieve this end.
I suppose we can find some way, well, but I'm not gonna do that because, you know, not an Ether Current quest. And speaking of Ether Currents and quests, I might as well grab this here. This is the one that's in the underground zone, so be advised, you're gonna have to take a little bit of a side trip to get to this one, and holy cow, this place just keeps going down. Where's our last Ether Current going to be? It is way the hell to the west, like wholly to the west. Well, that's gonna be fun to get to. All right, let's see if we can't glean some more information here.
Ah, Alphanor's friend. You and your companions have done much to repair the damage caused when the waters parted.
Yeah, well, I didn't do much, but I'm hoping some of the others did.
Anything else you can do? Have you been to the walls of the Forgotten?
Aren't they the ruins to the northwest? I think I just came from them, yeah.
Yes, that is the sacred site of which I speak. Could it be that your footsteps were guided there by the ancients?
More like dragged there by a Stola, but sure, let's go with ancients.
I believe it may be so. Listen then, and I will tell you of our plans to bring light to the walls, so that we might answer the shining call of the illuminated land. We have requested a finless craftsman to ship for us a second lamp. He is odd for a land dweller, choosing as he does to live in the ocean, but his skill is beyond question. It is concerning, however, that we have heard nothing of his progress. If you were to visit this artisan and return with our long-awaited light, then any doubt as to your purpose would be laid to rest. His name is Grenold. You will find his workshop in a metal structure to the south.
A metal structure to the south. Grenold. Why does that name sound so familiar? That sucker goes all the way to the top. This must be his place. Now how does one get in? Is this just gonna pop open for me? Yes! Perfect. It's an airlock, of course it is. Ah. That looks like the crafting station in the Crystarium. And this, oh, do not tell me it's Gerald. It is. Oh, that's just great, that is. Might playing tricks on me now. Look, Gerald, someone's come to visit you at the bottom of the bleeding ocean. All you might be is a ghost, eh? Come on, foul shade. Feast yourself on me, rotten soul. I've got no use for it. A craftsman what can't craft is more bloody than a sea slug with a diamond hammer. And that's an insult to the bloody sea slugs. Geralt appears to be suffering from a crushing bout of self-doubt, as opposed to his Source counterpart, which is suffering from a crushing bout of debt and alcoholism. Maybe you can help psych him up. And yeah, we haven't actually run into the Source version of this guy in our LP because he deals with the relic weapon questlines, and those things are a massive grind. No, seriously, they are. Even nerfed as they are in previous expansions, they're still freaking pain in the butts. All right, I gotta psych this boy up. Come on! Nothing? Yeah. You wouldn't be trying to raise my spirits now, would you, Spirit?
Not what you'd expect from a servant of the Netherworld.
I ain't no damn servant from the Netherworld. Yeah, it is. It's Gerald, just with longer hair. See, we're even gonna react to it. Are you Grenold then? Have we met before? Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to comment on the fact that you look very much like someone else.
Yeah, might be as we crossed paths back in the Crystarium, but I don't reckon we've been formally introduced. Name's Grenold, and this here is meant to be my underwater sanctuary, a place where I could give myself over to my work, far from the distractions of the outside world. And yet, here you stand. Oh, it's so damned important that you dive all the way down to the bottom of the bleeding Tempest to bother me.
Well, for one thing, you're not at the bottom of the ocean anymore.
Ah, the Undo's lamp. Ah, crap. Did I forget another commission? God's cursed me, empty head. I not so much as made a start.
Oh, that's useful.
I'm worth less than a sea slug. Need the slime, the fastly slug. The delivery date's long past, my workbench is untouched, and I call myself a bleeding artisan. You've heard their beliefs, have you? Bringing light to them ruins being an act of deep religious and cultural significance. And it was my privilege as a craftsman to be tasked with providing a ritual instrument worthy of the occasion. But I just can't bloody well craft. God, my mind's a bleeding blank. It's like I pissed away my last drop of inspiration.
Oh, great.
Tell me you got something to show me. Something that's giving me muse a right good kick up the arse.
Well, how about a kick up the arse? That seems to work for a lot of people.
Yon don't want to honor the coming of these ancients, so the answering light's got to blaze with the right kind of brightness. Like the spark of life caught in a crystal. But just being sparkly's not enough. It's got to dance with joy and sorrow, and a sense of hardship endured. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I don't. Grenold seeks a particular kind of inspiration, the kind that crystallizes only at the culmination of a long and tragic tale. Complete any of the role quest lines available at the Wandering Stairs in the Crystarium, then return to Grenold once more. Crap. Well, I knew this was gonna show up before long, but hey, well, I suppose this is where we're going to have to stop for today. Why? Because I want to save those for their own videos, because those are probably going to be a bit of an involved thing. Bye, Chocobo. You took a good time to bow out, because I gotta bow out too. So, if you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more adventures in Novrant. And as always, I'll see you in the next video, where we'll be starting a little side quest series.